The material girl and her millions.
I'd love to know what it's like, wouldn't you? What it feels like for a girl.
She's a workaholic. You know, I mean, she'll get up and work all through the night.
She's a fighter. She fights for friendship, she fights for things that she wants.
She is the brand. And in today's world, you can spread that brand.
She was a piss and vinegar lady.
Madonna is the star to the stars. She's marketed herself aggressively and controlled her career meticulously. Like her Brixton comeback, she's used sex, controversy and style to stay in charge. With exclusive footage, this is the story of how she exploits anything and anybody to make her millions. Fame costs. As this unseen footage shows, here's where Madonna started paying, aged just 17, trying to get into the Pearl Lange School of Dance. Madonna arrived here in New York hungry, ambitious and poor. Now, while she was here, she learnt dance, she learnt music, she learnt the art of performance. But Madonna wanted more. She wanted to know how to become an icon.
We had about 150 dancers auditioning, and I saw this dark, skinny girl breaking her bones to do it right. And I thought, that's interesting, and I said to my colleagues, let's take her. Madonna walked herself in this Saturday with a sweater which was cut way down to the back and held together with a safety pin about a foot wide and off of one shoulder. Now, she was about 16 and a half or 17. And I looked at her back and I thought, that girl will do something someday.
Madonna hit New York in 1977 with just $35. That's a weedy 25 quid. But money was tight when she was a child, and she knew how to keep a firm grip on her cash.
She takes a very conservative approach to the cash that comes in, which is what most prudent business managers will advise you to. Fixed income securities, municipal bonds, government bonds, things that generate 8–10% a year interest, which at that level of money is an enormous amount of interest.
I remember once we were in Japan and suddenly there were like 4 lawyers there, and she going, oh, I have to go and deal with my business manager and accounts people. But there she was for a whole afternoon doing it and learning, I think, you know, in the middle of I think, the Blonde Ambition tour.
We had to fax to her every check that we wrote on a daily basis. And then she would look at it and call us to tell us that it was okay to send them out.
She's much more frugal, but I think she comes from a different generation. She grew up never having money.
The neat and boring suburbs of Detroit, where Madonna grew up, straight out of a David Lynch film. But Detroit's most famous daughter has become a hate figure. She's corrupted every straight-laced American value people here worship, except, of course, the right to make money, even when she's making it for others. Now, that man there, we've been trying to film all morning, and that man there is one of Madonna's neighbours. This used to be her former childhood home, and he sits there and beeps the horn every time we try and start filming. So basically, I'm just going to tell you, if he beeps the horn, get used to it. That house, worth $320,000. This house, which is Madonna's former childhood home, is going to go between $2 and $3 million when it comes out for open sale. This used to be my playground. The estate agent didn't recognise the name Ciccone. It was snapped up by investors who knew the smell of Madonna's teenage angst was worth millions. Now, the estate agent didn't realise even though there were pictures there of Madonna all over the place.
There were
'cause
pictures.
You can see the nails on the wall.
Yeah, there were pictures of the family and Madonna herself everywhere.
It's like a big one there. That's a nail.
Yeah, the real estate agent really didn't have any idea. She showed us through and thought it was some old lady that had passed away because all the furniture was still here. So.
What, are you suggesting Madonna's family's furniture was a bit old lady?
No. She had some very nice antiques, actually.
That's if you like your antiques in the style of religious relics. Still, stuff the decor, this place is like a blank check. Now, can you imagine what kind of profit you're going to make? I mean, I know you won't want to go into details, but in a ballpark figure, what do you think you're going to make?
It's difficult to imagine. The sky's the limit as far as we're concerned.
Well, especially for you. What do you think? $2 million, $3 million?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. We're looking for a little bit of cash on this end.
Everybody from 1982, her first release under Sire Records. For this, her bank account grew by a pathetic £4,000. Now she earns the same amount in the time it takes to go to the loo and wash her hands.
When she didn't have two stones to rub up against like this, she was the same way when she had two major diamonds to rub up against. The same type of person. I call her, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, you can cut it out of the tape if you want, but she was a piss and vinegar lady. She was really good.
Unearthing Madonna's wealth is like drinking that vinegar. The deeper I got into her accounts, the more people would clam up, scared of the Madonna backlash that has left so many former friends out in the cold.